Hey guys, welcome to the first episode of Captain's Cozy Kitchen, Quarantine Edition. Thanks for the special quarantine mask made by our friend Asia Lee. Her website, buyasialee.com. Amazing masks, thank you very much. Okay guys, so in this episode we're going to make a calzone, which comes basically from the form of the word, Italian word calza, meaning stocking. Supposedly they stuffed stockings with food for Christmas, or trousers, leg trousers, whatever. Anyway, so we're going to do a calzone. I've never made a calzone ever, so I don't know what I'm doing, or I've never done it before, I should say, which never stopped me from doing anything else. So here we go. So actually I'm going to make it totally from scratch. Fresh dough, and basically with just basic 4 ingredients. Self-rising flour, which basically has salt and baking soda in it already. Oikos Greek yogurt. This is basically the stuff John Stamos pushes. So using this stuff, you know, everyone needs some help right now. Ricotta cheese we're going to use, and then fresh grated mozzarella, and I'm going to put a little basil in there. Usually I like it with ham, but I haven't had meat in about 6 months, so I'm trying to just do ricotta cheese, mozzarella, a little basil in there. A lot of people do red tomato sauce. I never like the tomato sauce in there. If you want it on the side or in it, whatever works for you. So basically we're going to start with just 2 ingredients for the dough. We're going to make dough from scratch. Usually a lot of people don't like making dough because you got to do yeast with it, wait for it to rise and knead it, let it sit sometimes overnight or 3-4 hours, knead it again, let it sit. With the self-rising dough, you just make it and ready to go instantly. So that probably is going to help a lot of people that don't like cooking or don't want to cook or don't know what to do. So really easy. And what it is, it's the self-rising dough with the baking soda added. It just needs an acidic to activate it. And what it is, anything like vinegar, buttermilk, or yogurt, which has acid in it, basically. So all you're going to do, I saw a couple different recipes for this. I'm like, let me try this. I made a pizza the other night because we wound up getting some dough from the pizza shop up the street. They were closing that night, so 50% off. We got some pizza dough, made a pizza for the first time from scratch. So really wanted to try from scratch, make my own dough. So basically, like I said, just the self-rising yeast, self-rising flour, and yogurt, Greek yogurt. So basically we're going to do just 3 cups of the self-rising flour to 2 cups of the Greek yogurt. So we're basically going to start off, we're going to add our 3 cups of flour. All right. We're just going to start this off slow, bring the mixer up, and just start off really slow in there. And then we're just going to slowly, little by little, just adding our Greek yogurt. Let me get a close up there. You guys can see what's going on down in here. Okay guys, so yeah, just keep going. You see this? Just gonna add all the yogurt really slow. You can see it all bunching up in there like regular dough almost. Like regular dough, it is regular dough. Alright. So crank that up just a little bit more, let that mix really good. See it start beating up in the lump, basically starting to form a ball, just like regular dough, like you're making dough. All right, perfect. If you look, boom, nice round dough there. So before I start with that, coronavirus time, let's wash the hands really, really good. Okay guys, hands are nice and clean. Boom, if you look at the dough, comes out Boom, nice ball of dough. A little slightly sticky. If you want, you can add just a little bit of flour on top of it. A little more flour. Just inside so it's not all sticky on your hands. You see it all balled. So guys, we're gonna start with throw a little flour down before we put the dough down to kind of roll it out. Before that, we're gonna have a little beer first. Always good to have a good cocktail while you're working. Usually a glass of Pinot. Today I'm going with the Corona. We need to support everyone, guys. I know liquor sales are up through the roof, but I'm sure these guys are probably suffering just because of the name. So, support the people that are really hurting out there. So anyway, cheers. Little salute to everyone we've lost through this tragic time and everyone's suffering. And hopefully this will maybe lighten things a little bit and keep people from not killing each other in the house, while it gives you something fun to do, especially married couples, work together instead of against each other. So anyway, start just a little bit of flour here. Spread it out on the counter so the dough doesn't stick. Now we're going to take the ball of dough, add just a little bit of flour on top of it. Basically just start, knead it, roll it up. You don't want to go too much because I think it'd make it more rubbery if you start doing it too much. But look, so there's the flour. Boom, nice ball of dough, nothing sticking. So basically, just like you do in pizza. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna split this in half. I'm gonna do a calzone with half of it, which would give me a nice medium-sized calzone, I believe, and then the other half I'm gonna make a nice thin Jersey, thin crust like Pete and Elda's back in Jersey, nice, really thin. So that'll be second episode. Hey guys, I got my dough. I cut it into three pieces. That was a lot of dough. I think I could get by with third, so I think I just need a third for a decent calzone. The other two, I'm going to make a nice small little pizza, or two small pizzas, I should say. So basically, you're going to roll the ball of dough into the separate ball. I cut it up into thirds. So I got a third of them, just rounding it out. If it gets too dry, just add a little water to your hand. Say sticky again like that. So you just basically add a little bit of flour. A little flour to your countertop so it doesn't stick to the countertop. Add a little bit of flour to the dough. Start flattening it out with your palms, pushing outwards. A little more flour. And also, if you want to use rolling pin, you could do rolling pin. A lot of people are like, what, rolling pin? But place in Jersey I grew up, Pete and Elda's, it's still there, about 70 years, famous for their Jersey thin pie. It's like paper thin. And the secret is they roll it out with a rolling pin, really thin, a little bit of sauce. And instead of shredded mozzarella, like we got here, they do paper thin slices of mozzarella and put on it. Little secret there. Pretty much roll it out a little bit with the rolling pin, gets it nice and thinner. If you want to start flipping it then, it makes it a lot easier to flip. Hey, see, look, you get pie. Then you can actually start flipping it, spinning it. Whoa! Okay, guys, that looks pretty good. I got it pretty much where I think I want it, thickness-wise. It looks pretty good. So now what you want to do is you're going to transfer it. Usually transfer it to the peel. That's that big wooden or big metal spatula that they put the pizza on and slide it in the oven. So basically, roll what you do on the counter with a little flour. Then I don't have a peel. So basically, what I use just a wooden cutting board. So what you want to do is make sure the cutting board, though, first well floured. So you put that on before I start making sauce, and then use a little cornmeal. That's what a lot of from sticking and helps it slide off the board into your oven. So basically a little cornmeal, a little flour. Also that gives it into the crust, that little bit of cornmeal on the outside of the crust some people really like. So now you're gonna take your dough, boom, lay it on your peel, okay? So basically what I'm gonna use now inside the calzone, basically just 3 ingredients. I like the shredded mozzarella, good ricotta cheese. They don't have Polio out here. That's a really great brand, Becky's Polio Ricotta. You take what you can get in times like these. And usually I do some nice slices of boiled ham, but I haven't had meat in about 6 months. I stopped eating meat, so this one I'm just gonna do the 2 cheeses and some fresh basil I picked off the balcony. Got some basil growing out there. So basically those 3 ingredients. A lot of people, they like red tomato sauce in there. I never cared for red tomato in my calzone. I like just the basics. If you want to put tomato sauce in there, you can. If you want to put it on the outside, on the side, you dip it, whatever you want to do. I just like the 3 ingredients. So that's what we're going to do right now. Okay, guys, before we put the ingredients into the dough, before I start that, I turned my oven on. Preheat it. They say best temperature 450 to 500, so I did 475. Let's see what that does. Basically, most people say you need a pizza stone. You can get it at cooking stores, a great pizza stone for in the oven, heat up. I don't have one of those yet. So basically what I'm using, which works amazing, is this. An old West Bend electric skillet from like the 60s. I've had this for about 30 some years. Brought this from Jersey. Found it like at a flea market. My dad had one too. The coils are gone, the plug that you plug it in, but this is a great, you put it right on the top of the stove, either electric coils or gas stove. This makes the best pancakes and French toast. But basically I found out I can use this almost like a pizza oven. So I'm gonna put this in the oven, let this heat up as the oven's heating up and get it up to nice 475. So the pizza is gonna slide off the peel of the calzone right onto this, right onto the bare metal grill. Okay, so while that's heating up, we're going to take our ingredients. Like I said, great, nice ricotta cheese and fresh grated. I get a big block of mozzarella, so fresh grated on that. So basically, fresh grated on that. So we're going to take, I'm going to take a little, maybe a couple big spoons of the ricotta. Put it right this side of the center line, because you're going to fold this over, just like a pastry. It's going to fold over and then you'll cut the edges off and then we'll crimp the edges. So I'm going to start, I've never made one of these, but I know what I like. I actually talked to some guy from Brooklyn when I first moved here. He was born in Brooklyn, but basically raised here. He never knew how to make a calzone. I went to the store, bought ricotta cheese, brought it back to the pizzeria and showed him how to make a calzone. So actually I'm going to go with, I like a nice, basically I think more like 50-50. So actually right now I'm just going to go with a little bit less than 3 tablespoons of the ricotta. Basically, I'll put a little basil, fresh basil. I'm going to sprinkle on in there. Just maybe a little fresh pepper. And then your mozzarella. I think that looks about enough. So what you do now, you just gonna basically fold this over. See how the cornmeal sticks to the outside? That gives it a little bit of, and just crimp it. Push it all together. Push these layers together. Right there. Boom, 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 boom. And then I just take pizza cutter. Boom. Guys, badass calzone. Now, as remember, you want to put a couple little cuts in there for the steam to come out while it's cooking. Not bad for the first time. Anyway, so now what we're going to do is, I'm still waiting for the oven to get to 475. Let it get all the way, heat up fully. My first pizza I did the other day, it wasn't fully heated all the way, and I made the mistake because I didn't realize about the cornmeal. I'm like, oh, I don't want it to stick to the grate in the oven. I sprinkled a little flour on it in the oven right before I put, and it instantly browns it, and smokes. Fire alarm went off like 5 times. So don't do that. You don't need to put anything on the metal grate because it's on your peel or wooden cutting board. The cornmeal and the flour, this already, you can see it's, look at it sliding. So I'm gonna have no problem just sliding this right onto the metal grate. Awesome. So, and basically, I don't know, time-wise, you want to just wait for it to get nice golden brown, the crust. The pizzas I put in the other day, they were basically, but really paper thin. One was done in like 8 minutes, 9 minutes. So I'm thinking probably on this, I don't know, 20 minutes or so. But you just keep an eye on it, keep it golden brown, the crust. And okay, guys, oven is 475. Open it real quick. Calzone on the board, and boom, boom, right on. Close it, boom. That's how quick it slid with the corn. I put a little bit extra cornmeal on the end, so boom, right off. Let's wait and see. Woo! Oh. Oh, looking pretty good. Not bad. Guys, there it is. 13 minutes. Look at it, perfect. The bottom, you think there's from the cornmeal, that little bit of thing, and oh, perfect. The ricotta, the mozzarella melted with the little basil. A little bit of homemade tomato sauce. There you have it. Captain's Cozy Kitchen. First project. Homemade calzone from scratch. First time. If I can do it, any idiot can do it. That means you guys can do it, no problem. Captain's Cozy Kitchen. Second episode, we're going to make a nice thin Jersey pie. Take care. All right, guys, there it is. Boom. Oh, my God. Just like Jersey. Wow. The dough is amazing. Tastes just like dough with yeast. All right. See you in episode 2.